What is the role of the human being? What is the difference between other animal and human being? Human being's role is not go to work, pay rent, and watch TV. The role of the human being is to create a future. Explore your potential. Realize your wishes. Because the difference between other animal and human being is that we have a concept of the past, present, and future. But however, most of the people does not know what is really future means, what is really present means, what is really the past means. We never ever recognize the presence in our eyes sense. There's always time lag between what we see, what we recognize, and what is really happening in the external world, because we project our image and recognize the world. Actually, the world is not as it is. The world is not as what we recognize. Because the world is emptiness. It can change, it can take any form by how we project our image. Let's get back to the subject. There's a way to create a future. There's a way to recognize what is really present is. Most of the people thinks that we are passive existence. Passive existence of the world. Most of the people thinks that world cannot be changed. We are just passive, and we get what it is happening. But actually it is not. It is not the reality. The reality, true reality of the world, or true reality of the life is we have the potential to create the future, create the world. Because world is really depending on our image, our thought, and our action. Why human being easily dropping into the illusion that the world cannot be changed? There is a duration that between heart and materials, subject and object. Because if we think that we are powerless to the world, we don't have to be responsible to what's happening in the world. But actually it is not. Heart and materials, heart and world is equal. Actually, the ourself, yourself, myself, is not the materials. It's not the body. World is yourself. Your heart is yourself. Your heart is the world. World is your heart. Which means that you are responsible to what's happening in the world. You are responsible to about your future. You are not the victim of the world. You are not slave of the future. You are the main character of your life. You are the main character of the world. Why we human beings easily dropping into the illusion that we are powerless? Our heart cannot change the world. Yes, one cause can be that for a long time that science gave us the world view that heart cannot affect the materials. However, look at the body. If you are hypnosis, that the pencil in front of you is a fire, and if somebody put pencil in on your body, you get burned, you get hurt. Your image changes your body, and no one deeply think that we can use this principle for the medicine, that we can use this principle to change the world. We can use this principle to change your life. What we practice, the meditative chanting, the purpose is train our image, our concentration, our potential, awaken our potential, train our skill to be able to change the future and the world. Human beings, if human beings repeatedly tell yourself, put your image, what's going to happen, determine that it is already happening, and believe it will appear, the phenomenon appears as it is. It will just take amount of your effort. But so many people are taught, brainwashed, that we are powerless. Human being is powerless. We are the victim of the world. We cannot do anything. Que sera sera. But it's wrong. Repeat. Repeatedly keep your image. Put the words in your heart repeatedly and delight. What you are imagining, what you are feeling, what you are saying in yourself in this moment, this is really the presence. Most of the people just projecting the past from what's happening in the past to the present, and people thinks that is the present. Most of the living in the past by projecting the past to their heart. But don't be like that. Project, not the past. Project the future. Project the future means that what you ever wishes, project it now in your heart. Project it now in your words. People think time are coming from the past and it goes to the future, but actually it is opposite. Time is coming from the future, and that is a real present. Living here, living in the present. Living the really means present is that what you determine what it will be. This is a real present. And most of the people, everybody, not most of the people, all we are already decided what's going to happen. Either positive or negative. And most of the people just repeat that past and determine as it's going to be as a same as the past. And that's what we call karma. And that's the reason why the life does not change. It will change. Every moment it will change. Of course. How? Just as time goes by, people get older and older and losing their energy. But because it will be like this if you depend on your materials, if you depend on your physical body, if you're depending on the world, because if you're not responsible about the future, about the world, you are the main person. You are the king of the world. Determine, wish best, and live for best, and believe that the best, and open up the future, open up the presence. And when it happens, all the past, all the suffering of the past you experienced will be transformed to treasure. You will understand all those past years of the suffering are to bring this brightness, to understand other people's suffering. Those suffering of the past will be the motivation to awaken other people to live for the bright future. Thank you for listening.